trouble with her breathing. She's got trouble with her breathing, you see. And she wears this mask, you see, with this, you know. It's kind of like an inhaler, kind of horses from an inhaler kind of thing. And the smell of it's kind of like plastic, and she doesn't like the smell of the plastic in it, so she tried this experiment with a different scent. And the horse, she just closed her eyes. She just calmed down, you know. So she has to put this mask on twice a day, for about 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, or half an hour, twice a day, to help her breathing. So these kind of experiments help. See, some horses are nervous at things put on their face or people touching their faces. So, you know, so this kind of things, you know, so it's kind of interesting, you know. She has this magic touch to help that kind of, you know, help them overcome these problems, you know. But I wish I knew what to do to help calm them down, you know. But I wish I had that knack, but you know, see, the horses' faces are naturally nervous, touching nerves, it's incredible the things that she can do. You know, I would love to be able to have that. You know, I know I have the relaxing thing, and sleep and that, and I can read them and I can listen to them and stuff. I feel them and that, but you know, the different methods to do all these kind of with the behavioural problems. The behavioural problems that she sorts out in the programme. Or those kind of behavioural problems, all the different problems, you know, solving the problems, you know, that kind of thing, that kind of side of it I'd like to work on better. But I'm good at the whispering side of it, but I'd like to work a bit more on the behavioural problems. A bit more. I'd like to read on a bit more about it and how to work on it a bit better and maybe understand a bit better, a bit more on it, you know. I'll have to read up a little bit more research on it. Do you remember that mare, Nebras, kept shaking her head and stuff like that, nodding her head and nervous, you know, that she's due to nerves, all that kind of stuff, you know, horses biting the fence and all that kind of stuff. And I'd like to understand a bit more why they do that as well. Why they do that, you know, that kind of stuff, and you know, what's the meaning behind that, all that kind of stuff. You know, is there a way that you can maybe sort out, figure out a way that they can stop doing that, or what's the reason behind it, why they actually do that, you know, it's something to do with their teeth or whatever. But see, it's not good for them to do that because they can get ulcers, splinters, it's not very good for their health, you know. It's not good for their immune system to keep doing that. You see, that's why I keep telling them to stop. That's why I keep saying to them, stop doing that. It's not good for you to do that. It's not good for you to do that. You know, I keep telling them, warn them to do it, but they don't listen to me, you see. But you know that I beat them. She's always wind sucking. The fence. She's always wind sucking. She makes this funny sound. She's a terror for doing that. She's not a terror for doing a lot of wind sucking. You know, she's not a terror for doing a lot of wind sucking. You know, awful terror for doing that. You know, she's always doing it. You know, but I was terribly nervous of Nebras. Remember the one Nebras in the open stable? I was very nervous of her. I couldn't get over how she kept. Remember she kept nodding her head all the time. I was very nervous of her. I'd never met. I never experienced that in the stud, you know, before. Not until it was nearly was it 2019, I think, in 2018 when she came to the stud, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2019, something like that when she came into the stud, you know. I was very nervous about her, and I was trying my utmost trying to calm her down, but I had no idea how to handle it, didn't know what to do, but I did my best, tried to talk her down, but I discovered what the problem was. That trainer that we saw, or that former trainer that we saw, she thought she knew what the reason was, but she got it wrong. It wasn't what she thought it was at all. It was the gate. I was right, she was wrong. It was the gate. She's meant to be a trainer, but she got it wrong. She's meant to be a trainer. She's meant to know all these things. She's meant to know the cause of what the reason why she's doing that. Because she's a former trainer and she should know about horses more than me because she used to train horses. She didn't know the answer to what she was doing that with her head, but I did. Even though I didn't work, and I never worked with horses professionally. Like I wasn't a trainer, she was. So she was a trainer. Trainers should know all that kind of thing. But she didn't know the answer to what she got knocked in her head, and I did. See, and I'm not a professional trainer. Like I didn't work with horses, and I didn't breed horses. I wasn't in the horse business. You know, people with horse business should know all that kind of thing, of why horses do that with their heads or behave like that. But I knew what it was. It was the gate. She was nervous at the gate because she was enclosed. She was locked in the gate and she couldn't get out. She couldn't escape. She couldn't escape. That's why. She's trapped. She felt trapped.
Yeah.
That's why she's doing that. You see?
Yeah.
And me, I'm not a professional horse trainer or don't work with horses. I may be a whisperer, but I can only do whispering in the stud. I can't do it anywhere else. I can only do it here in the stud with the horses here. You know, maybe in that time, maybe if we're in Wicklow or somewhere, maybe I could demonstrate and show the people. You know, remember we went to riding in Wicklow.
Yeah.
And I showed the what they call the tutor or the girl there. I gave her a demonstration after my class with the horse I was working with, what I could do. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's all I can do. I can only do a demonstration, but I can only do it properly here in the stud. You know? Is that all right? Yes, I can only do it properly here in the stud. I can't do it anywhere else, unfortunately. I'd love to do it. I'd love to be able to do this professionally. Professionally, like, you know, a job. Professionally, like, look, because this is a natural gift. It's a natural gift I've got.
Yeah.
You know, like people, psychics and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I got horse whispering gift. I've that gift of horses.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame to waste it because this is a natural talent. This is a natural talent that I got. It's natural talent. It's such a waste to waste the talent. You know, the only way I can use my talent is here in the stud.
And your other talent is singing, by the way. Singing.
Singing as well, yeah.
You're a great singer.
So, I'm wasting my talents, whispering and singing. You know. Well, at least I can do it here. But I'd like to get paid to do it. I'd like to get paid for doing my whispering. You know, and show people what I can do. You know. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm ignoring you, haven't I? I've been very rude. I've been very rude, haven't I? Yes, I'm having a nice conversation with my fiance, and it could be very interesting for my viewers as well. All this kind of chat could be also very interesting for my viewers, couldn't it?
Yeah.
This would be very interesting conversation for my viewers. Interesting viewing or interesting conversation for my viewers.
Yeah.
You know, they're very important points as well. A lot of the things that I say are very important points, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long is that?
You're on half an hour.
Half an hour. Maybe able to pause that for now. Okay, look, camera.